afternoon and welcome to CoreTV News on the Hour. I am Olajumoke Latuji. The scores of people are fed dead following a bomb blast in a shared possession in Dakasoya village in Garumala local government area of Kano State. The Commissioner of Police in the state, Muhammad Kassina, who told CoreTV News, confirmed the blast, said the incident happened around 2 p.m. Commissioner of Police in Kano State has confirmed the arrest of 2 suspects involved in a telephone interview.
Just now, I've just been notified by my operative on the field along that area that 2 people are now helping us in our investigation. Okay. They are on their way to my office. I am here to receive them so that we'll be able to get their true identity, whether they are connected in any way with the incident of today. Well, the advice always is people should be security conscious, and by this I mean that you should always be very, very vigilant whenever it comes to a relationship with people who is, I think, this says, I think I expect them to know their members, and also I also expect that all of us should also be very, very careful. And this type of gathering, I always call on members of the public to always invite and notify security agencies. Okay. They may have upper hand always. The gathering was within the region of 10,000. Okay. And no security agent was among them. And you can see now what happened. Okay. If they had invited us, maybe this would have been taken care of.
Members of the Catholic community in Kakuri, Kaduna State say they won't allow the security situation in the northern Nigeria to affect their lifestyle. They also say they have refused to be intimidated by the collapse of the textile industry, which took a toll on the church. The parish priest of the St. Andrew's Church, Father Michael Babayang, spoke in Kaduna at the news conference ahead of the 50th anniversary of the church. While the National Orientation Agency has warned Nigerians against gathering at public shows organized by persons of questionable character or origin. This says could be the antics of insurgents keen on attracting unsuspecting crowd before detonating bombs. NOA Director General Michael Mary issued the alert in Abuja. He urged local communities to be wary of undue generosity by suspicious characters who use generous acts to attract huge crowds before detonating explosives to destroy innocent lives and property. Omeri added that insurgents also fake the crowd, attracting acts like public fighting before wreaking havoc. Speakers of the 36 state houses of assembly have gathered in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, to deliberate on how to strengthen the criminal justice system in Nigeria. The meeting also aims at promoting quick dispensation of justice through adherence of the fundamental human rights of the people. Our correspondent Rashid has more.
The host speaker, Right Honorable Ali Ahmed, spelled out why the Criminal Justice Act must be adopted across the state houses of assembly, which he emphasized that it will protect the fundamental human rights of the citizenry.
It is hoped that at the end of this workshop, the conference will be able to amend those areas of flaws that have been observed with the federal acts and agree on a single model of administration of criminal justice bill that will be enacted by each state within an agreed time frame. This conference will still rely on the National Assembly to quickly suspend its rules and reenact a constitutional amendment passed by the 7th National Assembly. If this is done, the current controversy surrounding constitutionality of Section 306 of the Act regarding stay of proceedings will have been resolved.
Also speaking, the representative of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes, Benachi Frek, said the body will continue to support the administration of Criminal Justice Act in order to promote effective management of criminal justice, quick dispensation of justice, as well as protection of the rights of suspects.
I believe that what this act imbues as its purpose transcends all boundaries of states, as it aims to, I quote from the act, ensure that the system of administration of criminal justice in Nigeria promotes efficient management of criminal justice institutions, speedy dispensation of justice, protection of the society from crime, and protection of the rights and interests of the suspect, the defendant, and the victim. Unquote. This, I believe, should be the ultimate goal of all criminal justice administration initiatives, irrespective of where such systems are in place.
In his words, Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed welcomed the idea and promised to work in hand with Kwara State Legislature to enact and adopt the criminal justice law because it's the only way citizens can assess their freedom and protect their fundamental rights.
As lawmakers, your various contributions will definitely assist the United Nations Office to take decisions on drugs and related crimes, as well as aid judicial system reforms in Nigeria. I also want to reiterate that the present administration has zero tolerance for crime in the states. We have put in place programs on drug use control, such as strict laws, strong enforcement, and sustained advocacy. It is our collective responsibility to wrestle our society from activities that are criminal in nature and can tarnish the good image of this great country. I therefore admonish all our people to support this administration in its war against crime and criminality.
The law, when fully operational, will eradicate the delay in delivering judgments in crime-related cases. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ilorin.
Lagos State Governor Kilmi Ambode has handed over a series of security equipment and vehicles to the State Police Command and the Rapid Response Squad, just as he charged them to ensure that equipment are deployed effectively to tackle criminal activities as residents will no longer accept excuses. The governor spoke at the opening handing over of security equipment, 104 door salon cars, 55 Ford Rangers pickups, 10 Toyota Land Cruiser pickups, 15 BMW power bikes, 100 power bikes, 3 helicopters, 2 gunboats, 15 armored personnel carriers, uniforms, kits and improved insurance and death benefit schemes for officers, putting the total cost of acquiring the equipment to 4.765 billion naira. He says with the new developments, the Lagos State Police Command has been repositioned to compare to similar outfits in other modern city-states, expressing optimism that the equipment will go a long way to aid security agencies respond faster to crime. Lagos State Police Command has reacted to the false and unfounded story in Nigerian newspaper and social media that the affected police corporal Godwin Ehadije in the Agbara bank robbery has been abandoned at the hospital. The command states categorically that the story was false and baseless, as those who originated the falsehood were mischief and did so for reasons best known to them. The injured policeman, since the day of incident, has been enjoying support in all ramifications, including finances from the police divisional headquarters in Agbara. The State Police Command, Ilewera Belkota, the branch of the bank he was attached to before the incident, the corporate headquarters of the same bank in Lagos, and the government of Ogun State. We'll take a quick break. I'll be back. My story is featureless again.
The man on the streets have come to realize that the power to make decisions lies in the hands of the people.
I don't think the election.
5 local government out of the 13 local government is more than many states in the north.
The economy is booming. Where is the economy booming? Blast in Abuja.
Don't you have security?
Why are we fighting? The country should not just sit in Abuja or in Asokoro or wherever it is. Those are supposed to go around. They know them.
They cannot be there and be here at the same time.
Life of the citizens, community need to be protected.
It can't work out.
Bring the message of peace. Let there be proper devolution of power from the center. The center is too powerful.
It's trying to do the best, but people are hasting. Why are you hasting? Why are you hasting? Why are you hasting? Well, let's say, you go.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
You're welcome back. For more on news and other programs, please visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can follow us on Twitter at CoreTV News NG. Please visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/CoreTV, never space the news. The decision by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to conduct fresh elections in some wards and units in Kogi governorship election is still occupying the political front burner in the entity. Despite legal and political interpretations of the declaration by INEC that the governorship election is inconclusive, negotiations have also been joined in the debate of what should be done about the political developments arising from the election. Our correspondent Sarah Yeka samples the views of the people and files on this report.
Following the inconclusiveness of the Kogi gubernatorial elections as pronounced by the Independent National Electoral Commission and the sudden death of Abubakar Audu, the All Progressive Congress candidate, unprecedented legal drama has since been unfolding in the political space of Kogi State.
The total number of registered voters of the polling units where elections were cancelled or not held is in excess of the margin of win between the two leading candidates. Consequently, this election is therefore inconclusive.
All that is required is for the APC to go through the processes of providing a substitute to our late mourned candidate.
INEC's declaration that it would allow the APC to use its discretion to fill the vacuum created by the death of its governorship candidate in Kogi State, thus confirming postulations given by various public affairs analysts. While this drama continues on the Kogi stage between the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Party, there is also the tussle of power between the different contenders in APC.
I think, Faleke, now, they've not instituted them as the governor and the deputy governor, as the case may be. That would have been a different ballgame altogether. If you have a governor, a sitting governor, and a deputy governor, and such a thing happens, a case of death, Faleke can step in automatically without even having to bother the Constitution.
According to what the Constitution says, Wada should be sworn in. Because according to the Electoral Act, the sections they are quoting, and according to the Constitution again, so Wada is the only candidate that is having the highest number of votes cast after the death of Abubakar. So Wada should be sworn in.
However, the doctrine of necessity in the matter on ground that the issue in Kogi State is time-bound, since everything had been programmed by INEC to terminate at a specific time. The incumbent governor, Idris Wada, vacates office by January 27, but where should the pendulum swing?
INEC has its ground for saying the election is inconclusive. There is a section of the Electoral Act that INEC lean on. The number of votes that are counted, that is cancelled, is sufficient to make a decision.
I've heard people say terrible things like Nigeria is a jungle. When you have people like INEC make the kind of pronouncements they made in Kogi, it begins to lay credence to those kind of terrible talk. Because in the first place, the law is really clear. INEC had no business making those kind of pronouncements. Audu's son, I don't understand it. Is it a traditional chieftaincy title?
Whatever divide you belong, the staccato voices raised on the lingering governorship election in Kogi State may not evaporate or be eclipsed just now. Sarah Ayeku, CoreTV News, Lagos.
The Nigerian music industry is reckoned with varieties from hip-hop, blues, gospel, Fuji, jazz, and many more. According to reports, in the year 2014, the entertainment industry contributed 5% to the Nigerian gross domestic product, thereby increasing the economic growth. However, questions have been raised to the content of music sung in the oldies versus the modern-day music. Some Lagosians expressed their view.
Music is described as the universal language of mankind. Also, music helps reveal our inner emotion, making us happy. Music generally became formal in the early 60s with highlife music, juju, akpala, reggae, fuji, waka, and hip-hop coming at the very end of the 20th century. Some of the elite in the music industry then were Fela Anikulapo Kuti, Paul Ike, Ebenezer Obey, King Sunny Ade, Sikiru Ayinde Barrister, Aruna Ishala, Ayinla Omowura, Salawa Abeni, amongst others. Hip-hop music was brought to Nigeria in the late 1980s and grew steadily popular throughout the first part of the 1990s. The general rapid growth of the entertainment scene with support from the media helped popularize hip-hop music in Nigeria with prominent musicians like Two-Face, Weird MC, P-Square, Tiwa Savage, Olamide, amongst others. Meanwhile, some Lagosians have expressed their opinion on the content of message being passed by the old and new genre of music.
I'll take the new school music. I love their music because as in the way they sing their music makes people give joy, as in unlike the other music.
I prefer the old school music because if you listen to the kind of music we have now, people just dance to the beating, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have meaning.
I love old school music. Why? Because it makes sense than this new music and everything.
Because they usually make sense, especially people from like Nice. You have Nice. I like his song very well, especially his old songs because they make sense. They make sense, you know, and they are traditional songs that talks about Ibile, Ashawa. Yes, so that's why I like it most.
Old school music has more vibe and soul to it, and because it's classic, that's why I prefer it.
New music. Because everything is green new now. You know, we are not living in the hood again, so everything is just being new.
Music will forever be the food of love to eradicate depression, isolation, and many emotional challenges.
We'll take another quick break. I'll be back on my stars. Please join us again.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. Excuse me, don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I say to hell.
On Core Digest,
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we'll bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody have the right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
And outside Nigeria, families of those killed in the attacks claimed by the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant Group joined some of the wounded at ceremonies on Friday at the Invalids, the gilded 17th century complex in central Paris, that houses a military hospital and museum in Napoleon's Dome. An official of the Ellis Presidential Palace says the tribute was national and republican, referring to the French Republic's creed of liberty, equality, and fraternity. Holland, who broke away from the whirlwind diplomatic bid to build a broad military coalition to defeat ISIL, made a 20-minute address at the one-hour ceremony, which was also broadcast live on television. In the run-up to the commemoration, Holland called on the French to hang out the Tricolor. Some victims' families and survivors, however, snubbed the event, saying that the authorities had not learned security lessons after the Charlie Hebdo attacks back in January. ICO has claimed responsibility after gunmen killed one Shia Muslim and wounded 3 others at a mosque in Bangladesh. The U.S.-based intelligence group SARS, which monitors the communications of armed groups, says ICO had taken responsibility online for the mosque assault. This was the second assault targeting the religious minority in the month, where Bangladesh officials denied the Islamic State of Iraq, and the 11th was operating in the South Asian nation of 160 million people. It will be recorded 3 mosque attackers entered the Imam Mosque in Haripur village and began shooting indiscriminately before escaping. 2 suspects were arrested in connection with the attack in Bogra district, 125 kilometers northeast of the capital, Dhaka. 2 prominent Turkish journalists have been arrested on charges of spying and revealing state secrets after they published a story alleging that members of the state intelligence agencies sent weapons in Syria. The Comrades newspaper editor-in-chief Kaan Donker and Ankara bureau chief Edin Guo were placed in pre-trial detention after the court's decision to charge them on Thursday night. Addressing journalists before being taken into custody, Dundon said the ruling is nothing but a badge of honor to them. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan had however denied the story, saying that the trucks were carrying humanitarian and logistics aid to ethnic Turkmen in Syria. The president vowed that the journalists will pay a heavy price. But while Moscow to suspend its visa-free agreements with Turkey at the beginning of next year, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov made this announcement just as tensions mount over the downing of a Russian fighter jet by Turkey earlier this week. Moscow has also started sending back Turkish trucks loaded with exports at the border and stopped Turkish tourists who normally do not need visas entering the country. Russia has ruled out any military response against NATO member Turkey, but it has pledged broad retaliatory measures targeting entire sectors of the Turkish economy, including tourism, agriculture, and investment. But that's a wrap on CoreTV News at this hour, and thanks for watching. I am Olajumoke. See you again.